When you first meet someone, you fall head over heels for them, and we can sometimes develop what people call rose-tinted glasses, which essentially means that in your eyes, your love interest can do no wrong whatsoever. But it also means that any red flags that they display will be tinted by this rose colour and just appear as, well, normal flags. Now, red flagging is a term used to describe a toxic personality trait or something that somebody does that others don't agree with. It can be as simple as not saying thank you to someone or as extreme as taking someone's life. Now, of course, these are two completely different ends of the spectrum, but are both pretty bad things that, well, we don't want to see in our partners. So, how do you know if you have any red flags? Sometimes it's hard to spot the red flags in ourselves because then it's admitting a flaw within ourselves that we may not have known was a bad thing because we've done it for so long without consequences. But fear not, because we've done some research and found a few flags that we can raise for you so that you can check on them to make sure you can turn them from red into green. So on your marks, get set, let's get into this video, like and subscribe. Jealousy. There are a lot of romantic comedy books and smutty books that like to paint a picture of this stereotypical, handsome, overly controlling and jealous guy that women fawn over, which is wrong. Guys like Christian Grey who go out of their way to dictate what their girl can and cannot wear, who she can and cannot speak to, and what she can do throughout the day. However, in most cases, this is extremely unattractive and a massive red flag for almost all women. To be in a relationship with someone who shows constant signs of jealousy to the point that they would pick you up and walk out of a public place not only creates a level of awkwardness and uncertainty as to what actions they would do next, but it also shows that your partner does not trust you and feels the need to be on constant alert of those around you. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't trust them because what is a relationship without trust? Controlling. Okay, who is controlling is also a guy who is extremely jealous of other people. So not only is jealousy a red flag, but being controlling is an even bigger red flag, and the two more than likely come hand in hand. To be in a relationship with someone who likes to control every aspect of what you do in the relationship, who you speak to whilst in the relationship, and what you do in your day-to-day life sounds like a very unhappy and miserable life to lead. The minute a guy starts to show controlling behaviour, I can guarantee that a woman will become increasingly turned off by you and walk away. Controlling behaviour is like trying to dictate what your partner can wear in public, how much money they can spend on something, or what they eat when they go into a restaurant. Double standards. So imagine that you've been at work all day and you come home to find that your dinner hasn't been cooked, the house isn't tidy, or something that you thought would be done has not yet been completed. Would you be annoyed at your partner? Have they been at work all day too? Oh, they have, but you're still annoyed. So are you going to cook dinner now that you're home? No, that is your double standard. By definition, double standard means a rule or principle which is unfairly applied in different ways to different people or groups. Guys who do something, or in this case, not do something, but wouldn't like it if their partner did it, are a massive red flag. In today's society, we are pushing a lot more for equality and treating others as we would like to be treated. When it comes to dating, it's no different. Women don't want a guy who will only treat them as if they are damsel in distresses. No, they are strong, independent women who want to be treated equally. If you wouldn't want your girlfriend texting an ex or hanging out with a certain friend for a certain reason, then you have to be prepared to do the same for her. Manners. From the minute we are born, our parents or guardians raised us to understand the difference between yes and no and right and wrong. By the time we get to the age of dating, something as simple as having manners is not something you'd expect your partner to struggle with. For a lot of women who start to date, one of the first things they look for is manners and how well a guy uses them. From opening a door for someone saying thank you if the door has been opened for them, to speaking to people with a level of respect regardless of the topic of conversation. How you speak and treat other people says a lot about you as a person and how you were raised, and if you're rude, then this is considered a red flag. We should always treat others fairly in how we would like to be treated. Treat the CEO with the same respect as you would the janitor, meaning that it's human decency to be polite to everybody you come into contact with, regardless of their background. Narcissist. A narcissist is someone who has an overinflated sense of self and believes that everybody around them should treat them as if they are superior. Unfortunately, a narcissist will go out of their way to emotionally, mentally, and even physically abuse their partner as a way to completely knock their confidence and leave them feeling very low and useless. This is, of course, a massive red flag and sometimes can take some time to discover. A victim can be oblivious to the actions of a narcissist when they are in the eye of the storm, because a narcissist has a way of getting into your mind and manipulating you into thinking anything wrong is your own fault. Substance abuse. Everybody likes to go out and have a good time every once in a while, let loose and have a boogie on a night out. But it becomes a red flag for a relationship if the party starts on a Friday after work until Sunday night. How would you develop and grow your relationship if you were out at the bar with your friends at the weekend, getting drunk and taking other types of things? There's no room for growth for you or your relationship if you work all week and party all weekend. Substance abuse can also indicate that a person has an issue with impulse control and self-awareness, which can develop into a very dangerous habit for the victim and the partner very fast. It could lead to a loss of money, a loss of a job, and even as dangerous as a life. Everyone has things about them that other people may not like, and that's not to say that because someone doesn't like it that it's a red flag. That's not the case at all. Sometimes people just don't vibe together and that's okay, but there are some things that you can unlearn and educate yourself on for your own personal development. And I'm sure each woman has her own set of red flags that she will avoid when dating people, but the ones we have mentioned are a general no-go for the vast majority of women that we have spoken to. So maybe if you take a few minutes to look at yourself in the mirror and you notice that you have a hint of any of these flags in your personality, would you work on yourself to better yourself? Or would you rather just ignore the flags and continue as you were? Ladies, if there are any red flags that you are screaming about that we have not mentioned, please do leave a comment below and let us know. The more red flags we can pinpoint, then the less time people will waste on negative people, and those rose-tinted glasses will break off. We would love to interact with you guys and find out your thoughts on this topic. And guys, maybe there's a few red flags that women have that may not have been noticed before. Why not let us know below?